In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your wheel bearing and hub on your Chevy Cruze. It's located behind your front wheel. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to remove our hubcap and lug nuts. If you use your gun for the hubcap, just be careful. Remove your hubcap. Now we're going to remove our lug nuts. Remove your wheel. Using a 32mm axle nut socket, I'm going to remove this axle nut. Now we're going to put a punch right here and give it a tap. Make sure it's free. I'm going to use a 21mm socket or wrench to loosen up these 2 bolts to remove the caliper. I'm going to remove my bottom bolt first. Take that off the rotor and hang it up. You should have a bolt right here, a little tiny screw. If you do, take it out first and then you can remove your rotor. Use a T30 Torx bit to loosen the screw for your speed sensor and remove it. Remove that. I'm just going to slide a flathead screwdriver under there and just slowly, gently remove your speed sensor. Set it aside. Now we're going to remove these 3 bolts for our hub using an 18mm socket and an extension. I'm going to crack them all loose first. And now I'm going to remove them all. Just make sure your axle is out. And now we're going to tap evenly all the way around until the hub comes out. Now we're going to clean this up. Take your dust plate off. Get a rag and clean it out. You want to clean out your speed sensor hole as well. Now we're going to put our backing plate on. Like this, and slide this on. You may have to pull your axle back to do that. And get one of your bolts started. I'm going to go for the easiest one first. Once you get all 3 bolts started, we're going to tighten them up and torque them. I would tighten a little at a time just to make sure it goes in flush. We're going to torque each bolt to 66 foot-pounds, and then after that, we're going to continue to torque a little less than 1/4 of a turn for each bolt. You may have to add an extension if your torque wrench head doesn't fit in there, like me. Make sure your speed sensor is nice and clean before putting in the hole, and make sure there is nothing in the hole. Line up your bolt hole, push it in, and get your bolt started. Snug it up. Now we're going to torque this to 53 inch-pounds. Before putting our rotor on, we're going to put a little anti-seize on the hub. Now let's put our rotor on. Make sure you line up that hole with the rotor hole. Even if you don't have a screw. I'm going to hold my rotor on with a lug nut. Now we're going to put our caliper on. Slide it over. And line up your bolt holes. Get your bolt started. And we'll snug those up and torque them. We're going to torque this to 111 foot-pounds. And then you're going to go less than 1/4 turn. And then go another 1/4 of a turn, or less than 1/4 of a turn. Remove your lug nut, if you used one. Put your axle nut on. We're going to snug it up, and then we'll torque it. Make sure you put a pry bar between your studs to keep it from spinning when you're torquing your axle nut. Let's torque this to 111 foot-pounds. Now you're going to back it off 45 degrees. is a little less than a quarter of a turn. Let's continue to torque that to 184 foot-pounds. Now you can remove your pry bar, install your wheel. Start your lug nuts by hand. We're going to tighten these in a crisscross manner. Starting with the one on the bottom, we're going to walk the wheel up. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to torque our wheels to 100 foot-pounds. We're going to do that in a star-like manner. And now we're going to put our hubcap on. Line your hubcap up with your valve stem and your lug nuts, like this. And then you can put these on by hand or use your gun. If you use your gun, be very careful you don't over-tighten.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.